Here's another action-adventure movie that my sister had that I didn't. During this past rainy weekend, I watched the movie 300. This is Sparta! Although I had seen this movie before, it was a long time ago, and I don't remember disliking it, but I don't remember being overwhelmingly impressed by it. I was pleasantly surprised to see Lena, Headey, and also Michael Fassbender in these movies because I do like them both in their other acting works, so that was great. And I mean, visually, it's a great movie. There's a lot of battle scenes, there's a lot of great fight scenes. The narrator's a little bit over the top, but overall, it's a great movie. In case you don't know, this movie has a lot of six-pack abs, a lot of skin, a lot of manly men. There are some really good things about it. In 480 BC, the Battle of Thermopylae sees 300 Spartan warriors face off against 100,000 strong Persians. The Spartans' incredible confidence and potency surprises the invading king Xerxes. One of the most celebrated legends of ancient history, the enigmatic story of a small band of heroes defending their country from an overwhelming invasion, is highly inspirational. The Spartan army is a vision of bronzed, Adonis-like perfection, while the Persians are a medley of slaves, wizards, fantastic beasts, and exotic warriors. So, as I mentioned, a lot of hot six-packs. Although it is one of the goriest and bloodiest action movies of the 21st century, most of the blood was added in post-production. Now, you may or may not know, this movie is based on a graphic novel, which is also based on an actual story in history of a war, of this battle that did happen. It is a little bit exaggerated. There are certain facts that didn't happen, but I did look up the war to see what kind of similarities there were. And it was King Leonidas. It was 300 Spartans, but there also were more people fighting on their side than the movie leads you to believe. And there was a man named Leonidas who is believed to have betrayed the Spartans and shown the Persians the goat path that led behind them. So, I know that the movie dramatizes it, but it's so funny to me that the takeaways that people get from this story is that you can use, so what they do in the war is they use the cliffs as a force multiplier to make their army stronger than what it actually is, which is great. It shows the courage of these 300 men banding together to fight for their town. These are all great things, great lessons. I know that they use this story in a lot of training. What I took away from the story, King Leonidas didn't lead and manage his 300 people properly, actually 301, because the one person he mismanaged is the one person that brought down the whole war. Stick with me. Although this is a great story about heroism, about standing up for what you believe in, about 300 men banding together to fight for their country, for their city. The one thing that really stood out to me, and I know it's not 100% factual, but when King Leonidas said, the only way they can defeat us is if they can find a way to get behind us in the passageway. And the fealties comes up and says, hey, I know of a goat passage that can lead them right behind you. And also, it's been my lifelong dream to fight with you. And King Leonidas is like, oh, thanks for the information. You're not fighting with us. You're useless. Go find something else to do. And then as soon as he leaves, he makes a comment like, gee, I hope no one tells him about that goat path, otherwise we're screwed. You could have managed that situation so much better. Like to me, he was like so cocky. I've got these 300 men. I've got this battle plan. And I do understand the fact that the character in the movie was a little bit deformed. He couldn't hold his shield up. But that doesn't mean you needed to treat him so harshly. You know he's the person that knows the way to ruin your army strategy. And you know his lifelong dream is to fight with you. So just put him in the front lines and have him killed off quickly. Or at least like pretend you're gonna let him fight. Have him like help build the wall or cart stuff around and then put him in the back. Like just to dismiss him and then be like, hope that doesn't bite me in the ass. Well, you cocky son of a bitch! Of course it's gonna bite you in the ass. And where did he get that apple? They don't show any supply carts, anyone walking around carrying food, and there's definitely no pockets in that outfit. So where did this guy get this apple? It is a great action movie. It does belong in this book. All kidding aside, it's a great story. It was filmed very well, and I do recommend watching it. And I'm sorry if you haven't watched it and didn't know that they lose, but it is based on an actual historical fight, and they do lose. So hopefully it didn't spoil it too much for you. Let me know what you thought of the movie. Please like my video, subscribe to my channel, and we'll see you next week for a couple more movies from the book. Another thing that I find really funny in all of these like war epic movies is the big pre-war speech that like generals tend to give their fighters. When you have thousands of people, how can they possibly hear what you're saying? Like, only like the handful of people that are around you are going to hear your speech. And these speeches are always so, like, eye-rolling. Like, is it like the telephone game? So, like, if you're at the back of the war, you know, or people, like, passing the message along, and, like, you get, like, bits and pieces of it, and it just sounds like, you know, my grandma has a banana phone by the end.